We're diving into the story of a fascinating coin, the 1972 no-mint mark Washington quarter. This quarter might just be hiding in your pocket change, and you won't believe how much it can be worth. The Washington quarter was first minted in 1932 to honor the 200th birthday of George Washington. It replaced the standing Liberty quarter, and it became an instant staple in American currency. Fast forward to 1972, and the quarter featured the same classic design we're familiar with, Washington's profile on the obverse and an eagle on the reverse. But what makes the 1972 quarter without a mint mark so special? Let's find out. In the world of coins, a mint mark indicates where the coin was minted. If a quarter was minted in Philadelphia in 1972, it typically wouldn't have a mint mark, which was standard practice for Philadelphia coins at the time. However, in this case, it's the unique characteristics and some rare errors on certain 1972 quarters that have driven up their value. So what makes a 1972 no-mint mark quarter valuable? In most cases, these quarters are worth their face value, but some have rare errors or are in near-perfect condition. Coins with errors, such as doubled die obverse errors or those with striking anomalies, can fetch a pretty penny on the collector's market. For example, some of these coins have a doubled image on the words, "In God We Trust" or "Liberty" on the obverse. Coin collectors assess value based on condition and rarity. The grading system ranges from poor, P, to mint state, MS. For a 1972 no-mint mark quarter to be worth thousands, or even millions in the rarest cases, it would need to be in pristine, uncirculated condition, typically a high grade like MS 65 or above. The best place to determine the value is through coin grading companies, like PCGS or NGC. Believe it or not, some rare 1972 quarters have sold for astonishing amounts at auction. Although a standard quarter in good condition may only be worth around $5 to $10, unique error coins have fetched prices in the tens of thousands. In certain cases, these quarters with extreme rarity or significant errors could be worth even more. Wondering if you have a hidden gem in your pocket? Here's what to look for. First, examine your 1972 quarter under good lighting. Check for doubling on the words or any oddities in the details. If you think you have something unique, it might be worth having a professional grading service take a look. So, whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting, that little 1972 quarter in your hand might just be worth a fortune. If you found this video helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more coin collecting tips and rare finds. Who knows? You might be sitting on a treasure. We're diving into the fascinating world of the 1965 no-mint mark $quarter coin, a piece of American history that could be worth a fortune. Stick around to learn what makes this coin so unique, why collectors are paying big bucks for it, and how you could be sitting on a small fortune without even knowing it. Let's start with a little history. In 1965, the United States Mint made a major decision to stop using silver in its circulating quarters, switching instead to a copper-nickel alloy. This change was due to the rising cost of silver, which made it too expensive to produce everyday coins. Before this, quarters were made with 90% silver, which gave them intrinsic value. But starting in 1965, the mint began using a combination of copper and nickel, which is still in use today. So, while 1964 and earlier quarters are silver, the 1965 quarter marked the beginning of a new era for the U.S. Mint. So, what exactly is a no-mint mark quarter? Generally, the U.S. Mint adds a small letter, P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, or S for San Francisco, to show where a coin was minted. But, quarters from 1965 don't have a mint mark, meaning all of them were produced in Philadelphia that year. Mint marks have been used since the early 1900s. However, due to the high demand for coins in the mid-1960s, the U.S. Mint decided to eliminate mint marks on all coins from 1965 to 1967. So, while it's normal for these quarters not to have a mint mark, certain errors make the 1965 quarter exceptionally valuable. Now, here's where things get exciting. While millions of 1965 quarters are worth their face value, some rare error coins can be worth thousands, even millions of dollars. What kind of error are we talking about? Silver. Despite the official switch to copper-nickel, a few 1965 quarters were mistakenly struck on 90% silver planchets, the same type of metal used in 1964. These rare silver 1965 quarters are highly sought after by collectors, and some have fetched a premium in auctions, with prices ranging from $7,000 to over $10,000. But could one of these silver quarters be worth millions? How can you tell if you have one of these rare silver 1965 quarters? There are a few simple ways to check. First, take a close look at the edge of the coin. A copper-nickel quarter will have a visible copper stripe along the edge, but a silver quarter will look solid silver all the way through. Another way is to weigh the coin. A silver quarter weighs about 6.25 grams, while the standard copper-nickel version is slightly lighter at 5.67 grams. So if your 1965 quarter is tipping the scale at around 6.25 grams, you might just have one of these valuable error coins. Why do these coins continue to increase in value? Well, scarcity is one factor. As more collectors recognize the historical and monetary value of these silver error coins, demand is going up. In the world of rare coins, scarcity and high demand drive up prices, so it's possible we could see these rare silver 1965 quarters break the $1 million mark someday. So, the next time you come across a 1965 quarter, take a closer look. You could be holding a piece of history worth more than you ever imagined. Always check your change, and if you find a 1965 quarter that looks silver, get it authenticated by a professional. We're looking at a coin that you might not think twice about, but some of these are worth millions. That's right, we're talking about the 1978 Washington quarter dollar. Let's take a trip back to 1978. The Washington quarter, featuring President George Washington, was first minted in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of Washington's birth. By the time 1978 rolled around, the design was still going strong, as it was a favorite among Americans and coin collectors alike. Now, the Denver Mint produced around 287 million quarters in 1978. That may seem like a lot, and it's true, 1978 quarters are common, but there are a few things to look out for that can make these coins exceptionally valuable. Let's talk about the design. The 1978 Washington quarter shows Washington's profile on the obverse side. You can spot the D mint mark just below the neck, which signifies it was minted in Denver. On the reverse side, you'll find an eagle with wings spread wide, a classic image that collectors have come to love. This design remained unchanged until the state quarters program began in 1999. Now, let's get to the exciting part. While most 1978 quarters are worth their face value, some rare varieties, error coins, and high-grade examples can fetch a pretty penny, potentially even millions. One of the most valuable 1978 quarters is the one in pristine condition, graded MS 67 or higher. These coins have sharp details, no visible scratches, and show minimal wear. Only a small number of 1978 quarters exist in this top-notch condition, which drives up their value significantly. Error coins are another reason to inspect your quarters carefully. Look out for common errors like doubled dies, where the images on the coin appear doubled. Another error type is the off-center strike, where the coin's design isn't aligned correctly. A 1978 quarter with a significant error, such as a clear double die on Washington's profile or an off-center strike, could be worth thousands or even millions to the right collector. So, how can you tell if your 1978 quarter is worth a fortune? First, check the condition. Coins with the original luster, no scratches, and minimal wear are more likely to be worth big money. Secondly, examine your coin for any unusual characteristics. Even minor imperfections could make it valuable if they're unique. And of course, if you think you found a high-value 1978 quarter, get it professionally graded by a service like PCGS or NGC. A professional grade will give you a better idea of your coin's worth and help you get the best price if you decide to sell. Who knew a 1978 D Washington quarter could hold such incredible value? If you're a coin collector, or just curious about the change in your pocket, don't forget to look out for these valuable finds. You never know when you might come across a hidden gem. We're diving into the fascinating world of the 2001 D Mint Mark Washington quarter dollar. This is a coin that could be sitting in your pocket right now, but what if I told you it could be worth a fortune? Stick around to learn why this coin is so special, its history, and what you need to look for to make it worth millions. Let's start with a little background. The Washington quarter has been an iconic coin in American currency since 1932. But in 1999, a new era began with the State Quarters program, a series that featured each U.S. state on the reverse of the quarter. The 2001 Washington quarter was part of this program, celebrating the states of New York, North Carolina, Rhode Island, Vermont, and Kentucky. These coins were minted across several U.S. mints, including the Denver Mint, which is where the D Mint mark comes from. That mark on the lower right side of Washington's portrait signifies that this quarter was minted in Denver. So, what could make a 2001 D quarter worth millions? Most of these coins are only worth face value, but a few things can make certain quarters exceptionally valuable. Rare errors and high-grade specimens are the key. Let's break this down. One way a coin becomes valuable is through mint errors. These errors occur during the production process and can create unique variations that collectors go crazy for. Look out for errors like double die obverse or reverse, off-center strikes, or unusual planchet flaws. If you have a 2001 D quarter with a significant mint error, you could have a potential treasure on your hands. Coins that are in pristine, uncirculated condition, especially those that have been graded MS-68 or higher by professional coin grading services like PCGS or NGC, are incredibly rare. These high-grade coins are nearly perfect, with no visible flaws to the naked eye. If you have a high-grade 2001 D quarter, collectors might pay thousands or even millions at an auction. Now, if you think you might have one of these rare quarters, here's what to do. First, examine your coin closely. If you're not sure what to look for, get a magnifying glass or loupe, which will help you see any tiny details or errors that may not be visible at first glance. Look around Washington's portrait and the state design on the reverse for any doubled letters or unusual features. Look for any scratches, wear, or discoloration. If your coin looks flawless, it might be worth getting it graded by a professional. You can send your coin to a grading service like PCGS or NGC, who will give you an official grade. Remember, the closer your coin is to perfection, the more valuable it could be. Now, let's talk numbers. A high-grade, error-free 2001 D Washington quarter can fetch thousands, and even millions in the right circumstances. While million-dollar sales are rare, they're not impossible. Some state quarters, when in immaculate condition or with significant errors, have been auctioned off for jaw-dropping amounts. For instance, high-grade state quarters have sold for tens of thousands at major auctions, and if one of these rare 2001 D quarters with an extraordinary error or near-perfect grade was to appear, it could potentially reach a record-breaking price. That's why it's crucial to check your quarters carefully. You never know if you're holding on to a hidden gem. So there you have it. The 2001 D Mint Mark Washington quarter dollar may seem like just another coin, but under the right conditions, it could be worth a small fortune. Whether it's a mint error or a pristine grade, these quarters have the potential to capture collectors' attention and skyrocket in value. Before you spend your next quarter, take a closer look. You never know if you might have $1 million coin in your hand. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more exciting coin discoveries. We're diving into a very special quarter that might just be hiding in your pocket change, the 2001 P Mint Mark Washington quarter. Could this simple coin be worth a small fortune? Let's explore its history, special features, and why some collectors are willing to pay big bucks for it. The Washington quarter has been a staple in American coinage since 1932, initially created to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. In 1999, the U.S. Mint began releasing quarters for each state, and by 2001, it was already in the third year of this popular program. The 2001 P quarter was minted in Philadelphia and features 5 different state designs: New York, North Carolina, Rhode Island, Vermont, and Kentucky. So, what makes the 2001 P quarter so unique? Well, apart from the iconic George Washington profile on the front, the reverse designs each represent one of the 5 states released that year. You'll find incredible detail, like the Statue of Liberty on the New York quarter, or the soaring airplane on North Carolina's quarter, symbolizing the Wright brothers' first flight. The P mint mark below Washington's portrait signifies that it was struck in Philadelphia. Here's where things get interesting. While most 2001 P quarters are worth their face value of 25 cents, there are certain factors that can make these coins incredibly valuable. The most important factor: errors. For example, quarters with misaligned dies, off-center strikes, or dramatic double die errors can fetch thousands, even millions, at auction. Collectors and error enthusiasts are willing to pay top dollar for coins that have rare mistakes or unusual characteristics. Coins in pristine condition, graded as mint state 65 or higher, are also quite valuable. High-quality examples with no visible wear, sharp details, and original luster can attract collectors looking to complete their sets. These quarters, especially if they feature a rare error, could potentially be worth tens of thousands or even millions of dollars. Look for anything out of the ordinary, like a doubled image, misaligned edges, or off-center designs. Coins in near-perfect condition, without scratches or wear, are worth far more than circulated ones. If you think you have a valuable coin, consider sending it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They can certify the grade and authenticity of your coin, which can significantly increase its market value. There have been a few incredible sales of rare 2001 P quarters over the years, especially those with unique errors or in exceptional condition. For example, certain quarters have sold for several $1,000s due to their rarity and desirability among collectors. While millions of 2001 P quarters were minted, finding one with a rare error or in mint state condition is like discovering a hidden treasure. So, the next time you get a quarter in your change, take a closer look. You never know, your pocket change might just contain a valuable piece of history. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare and valuable coins, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more coin collecting content. We're talking about a modern favorite, the 2005 D Mint Mark quarter dollar. Now, you may not think much of it when you find one in your change, but could it be worth thousands or even millions of dollars? Let's find out. The 2005 D quarter dollar is part of the famous 50-state quarter series. This series started in 1999 and ran until 2008, honoring each state with a unique design. The 2005 quarters honored 5 states: California, Minnesota, Oregon, Kansas, and West Virginia. Each state quarter is minted with its own unique reverse design. The Denver Mint, represented by the D Mint mark, produced millions of these coins, yet some are far more valuable than others. One of the most popular designs from 2005 is the Kansas quarter, which features a bison and the state flower, the sunflower. But this particular coin has some unique features. Have you ever heard of the "In God We Rust" error? Due to a grease-filled die error, some of these quarters are missing the T in trust, creating a rare and sought-after version of this coin. The Minnesota quarter is also famous for its unique error, the extra tree error. A number of these quarters have an additional tree that wasn't meant to be there, adding to their rarity and making them highly collectible. While most 2005 D quarters are worth only face value, some rare and valuable errors can fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Now, what would make these worth millions? Let's break it down. It's all about rarity, demand, and condition. Coins with rare errors that are in pristine condition can command jaw-dropping prices at auction. Imagine finding a 2005 Kansas quarter with the "In God We Rust" error in a flawless mint state. This could easily skyrocket in value if collectors are on the hunt. In certain cases, a coin's story or condition could make it extremely valuable. An error quarter, a misprinted quarter, or even an early prototype could hypothetically reach such a high value. So how can you tell if you have a valuable 2005 quarter? Here are a few tips. First, look closely at the text on the coin, especially on the Kansas quarter, to see if any letters are missing or appear unusual. Next, check out the Minnesota quarter's trees. If you spot an extra tree, you've got a rare one. Consider investing in a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to examine your coins more closely. Many valuable errors are hard to see with the naked eye, and these tools can really help you spot a hidden gem. So, is there a chance that the 2005 quarter could be worth millions? While it's unlikely, rare versions of this coin are definitely worth a lot more than face value. If you find one with unique features or errors, you could be sitting on a coin worth thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars. We're diving into a fascinating piece of modern coinage, the 2006 Mint Mark $quarter coin. You might have this coin lying around in your change, but did you know some of these could be worth big bucks? That's right, certain 2006 quarters have fetched hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auction. So, let's get into its history, key features, and what makes some of these coins so valuable. First off, a little background on the 2006 quarter. This coin is part of the 50-state quarters program, one of the most popular coin programs ever introduced by the U.S. Mint. This program, which began in 1999 and ran until 2008, honored each state in the order they ratified the Constitution or were admitted into the Union. In 2006, 5 unique state quarters were released, celebrating Nevada, Nebraska, Colorado, North Dakota, and South Dakota. Each design captures an aspect of the state's heritage and landscape, making them truly unique pieces of American history. These 2006 Mint Mark quarters were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, so you'll find a small P on the coin's obverse side, right next to George Washington's ponytail. Now, each quarter has a different design depending on the state it represents. For example, the Nevada quarter showcases a group of wild mustangs, while the North Dakota quarter features 2 American bison. Each quarter's reverse side was carefully crafted to represent the unique heritage and beauty of the state it commemorates. Now, you might be wondering, what makes these quarters worth so much? Generally, 2006 quarters in circulated condition are worth their face value, but some have fetched tens of thousands of dollars under certain conditions. Let's look at why. First, the condition is a huge factor. Coins that are in uncirculated or mint state condition, especially those graded highly, like MS-67 or MS-68, are incredibly rare and sought after by collectors. Mint errors or variations in the minting process can also boost a coin's value. For instance, certain 2006 quarters with errors, such as double strikes, off-center strikes, or planchet errors, have been known to command high prices at auction. Another key factor is collector demand. The 50-state quarters program attracted many new collectors, and many are still trying to complete their collections with the highest quality coins available. A top-condition 2006 quarter with a rare error can spark a bidding war among collectors, driving up the price significantly. Alright, so if you've got a few of these 2006 quarters, what should you be looking for? Start by examining the coin's condition. Look for sharp details, no scratches or signs of wear, and a strong luster. Then, check for any possible errors or unique features. Some notable errors could include misaligned dies, extra metal from die chips, or unusual patterns that hint at double strikes. If you think you've got a rare one, it's worth getting your coin professionally graded. Grading companies like PCGS or NGC can give your coin a rating that might increase its value even more. Remember, not every 2006 Mint Mark quarter will be worth a fortune, but the ones that are in pristine condition or have unique mint errors can certainly be valuable. So, check those quarters carefully. Who knows, you might have a rare piece hiding in your change. If you enjoyed learning about the 2006 P quarter and want more videos like this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for notifications on all things coin collecting. We're diving into the story of the 2019 P Mint Mark $quarter coin, a coin that's creating quite a buzz in the coin collecting community. Some of these coins are reportedly fetching an impressive value, worth millions of dollars. Could you be holding on to one of these valuable quarters? Stick around to find out. First, let's take a quick look at the history of the 2019 P $quarter. This coin was part of the America the Beautiful Quarter series, which started back in 2010 and ran through 2021. The 2019 quarters feature 5 different designs, each celebrating a different national park or historic site. This particular quarter was minted in Philadelphia, as marked by the P mint mark just under the year on the coin's obverse. Throughout 2019, the U.S. Mint released designs representing Lowell National Historical Park in Massachusetts, American Memorial Park in the Northern Mariana Islands, War in the Pacific National Historical Park in Guam, San Antonio Missions National Historical Park in Texas, and the Frank Church River of No Return Wilderness in Idaho. Alright, so what makes the 2019 P quarter so valuable? While most quarters of this year and mint mark are worth only face value, some have been found with rare errors and unique variations that have caught the attention of serious collectors. These errors can include double dies, where the design appears to have been stamped twice, or unusual planchet flaws, which occurred during the minting process. Coins with these unique errors are what collectors love. Depending on the rarity and type of error, these 2019 P quarters can range from a few $100s up to jaw-dropping values. But the truly rare ones, with the most significant and unique errors, have even been rumored to be worth millions in certain auctions and collections. So, how can you tell if your 2019 P quarter is worth more than its face value? First, grab a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe and closely examine both sides of the coin. Look for any unusual characteristics, such as doubling, misalignment, or striking errors. The smallest details can mean a significant difference in value. Check the lettering, the design edges, and any areas where the images or letters might appear distorted or unusual. Remember, even tiny details can make a big difference. Once you think you've found a valuable 2019 P quarter, it's time to get it evaluated by a professional coin appraiser or send it to a grading service, like PCGS or NGC. They'll help authenticate the coin and give it a grade, which can dramatically influence its market value. Many high-value coins are sold at auctions or through trusted online marketplaces where coin enthusiasts and collectors are willing to pay top dollar for unique pieces. Some collectors have been able to sell rare 2019 P quarters with special characteristics for as high as 6 figures, and the truly rare ones have even broken into the millions. To wrap up, the 2019 P Mint Mark $quarter is definitely worth checking out if you come across one. While not every quarter from 2019 will be worth a fortune, the potential for rare and valuable finds is absolutely there. So, check those change jars, get a magnifying glass, and you might just uncover a treasure hiding in plain sight. We're diving into the fascinating world of modern quarters and exploring the story behind the 2020 D Mint Mark $quarter coin. Believe it or not, some of these modern quarters are valued at incredible amounts, with certain ones potentially worth millions of dollars. So let's get into why this coin is so special and how you might just have a valuable treasure in your pocket change. First, let's talk a little bit about the 2020 D quarter. This coin is part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program, which began in 2010 and concluded in 2021. The 2020 edition featured designs highlighting iconic landmarks like the Weir Farm National Historic Site in Connecticut and the Tallgrass Prairie in Kansas. With this program, the U.S. Mint aimed to celebrate national parks and historic sites across the country. Each of these quarters was minted in different locations, including the Denver Mint, which is where we get the D Mint mark from. This small letter on the coin tells us that it was made in Denver, Colorado. However, not all 2020 quarters are created equal, and some may carry hidden rarities that send collectors into a frenzy. Now, what makes the 2020 quarter potentially so valuable? Well, like many coins, certain versions can possess errors or unique features that increase their value significantly. Collectors pay close attention to things like double dies, die cracks, or off-center strikes. If your 2020 quarter has one of these errors, you could be looking at a coin worth hundreds, thousands, or even millions of dollars. Some of these valuable errors could include doubled lettering, extra leaf variations, or even misprints that result in unique visual effects. But beyond errors, rarity plays a huge role. For instance, if a small batch of coins had a minting flaw or used a distinct die before being pulled, those coins become sought after by collectors, creating potential for immense value. So, let's talk about the collector market and why these quarters can be worth so much. Modern coins like the 2020 quarter might not seem like they'd hold much value beyond their face, but that's where rarity and demand change the game. Collectors and numismatists, that's just a fancy word for coin enthusiasts, are willing to pay top dollar for coins with unique qualities. And if you happen to find a rare error, especially in a mint condition coin, the price can skyrocket. Just last year, a rare quarter was auctioned for hundreds of thousands of dollars. With the popularity of the America the Beautiful series and the limited mintage of these quarters, the demand is definitely there. If a rare 2020 era coin were to come up for sale, it's not out of the question that it could reach $1 million price tag in the right circumstances. Now, I bet you're wondering, how do I get my hands on one of these valuable coins? The good news is that you might already have one. Be sure to check your pocket change, coin jars, or any coin rolls you get from the bank. When inspecting quarters, use a magnifying glass to look for any unusual features, especially around the mint mark, the text, and the edges. Any small difference could mean a big payout. And remember, if you think you found something special, it's worth consulting a coin expert or getting it certified by a grading service. They can help authenticate your find and guide you on its potential value. We're diving into the world of modern quarters and focusing on a coin that has taken collectors by storm, the 2021 Mint Mark Washington Quarter Dollar. This coin has a fascinating history, unique features, and may even be worth millions in certain conditions. Stick around to find out what makes this coin so special and how you could potentially cash in if you find one. First things first, let's talk a bit about the 2021 Washington Quarter. Produced by the Denver Mint, this coin was struck to continue honoring the first President of the United States, George Washington. For decades, the quarter has remained an iconic part of American currency, and the 2021 version adds to this rich legacy. On the obverse, we see the familiar profile of George Washington, which has been a staple on the quarter since 1932. The reverse of this particular 2021 Mint Mark quarter continues the America the Beautiful series, showcasing various iconic national parks and landscapes. The Denver Mint Mark, represented by a small D just to the right of Washington's ponytail, is a critical identifier for collectors. Now, you might be wondering, how could a modern 2021 quarter be worth millions of dollars? It's all about the rare variations, condition, and any potential minting errors. Let's get into what makes this coin so sought after by collectors. Certain 2021 quarters, especially those with the D Mint mark, have caught the attention of collectors because of unique errors or variations in design. These errors can range from double die strikes to off-center minting, and even planchet errors, mistakes in the metal disc used to strike the coin. Coins with these kinds of anomalies are highly sought after and can fetch staggering prices at auctions. Additionally, coins that are in pristine, uncirculated condition, graded as MS 67 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC, are the real jackpot. There have been instances where rare, mint-condition coins from recent years have sold for thousands, even up to $1 million. It all depends on the coin's rarity, condition, and demand in the market. So, what should you be looking for if you come across a 2021 D Mint Mark Washington quarter? Check for any unusual markings, errors, or flawless surfaces that could make your coin stand out. And if you think you've struck gold with a unique find, consider getting it professionally graded to determine its true value. Who knows? You could have a valuable 2021 quarter right now, hiding in your change jar. And remember, it's not just the errors that count. Sometimes, coins from specific batches or those with unique stories behind them can turn out to be the true treasures. We're diving into a fascinating topic, the 1976 No Mint Mark $quarter coin. This coin isn't just another piece of currency, it carries a rich history and is worth a significant amount of money. So, stick around as we explore its story, rarity, and why it could be worth millions. First, let's take a closer look at the 1976 No Mint Mark $quarter. This coin was struck as part of a special commemorative series celebrating the United States bicentennial. It features a unique design on the reverse, showcasing a depiction of the famous drummer boy, symbolizing the spirit of American patriotism. Unlike typical quarters, which have a mint mark indicating where they were produced, this particular coin has no mint mark. But why is that important? Well, let's find out. The Philadelphia Mint produced the 1976 No Mint Mark $quarter without adding a mint mark, making it one of the most notable coins of the era. Struck between January and March of 1976, these coins were intended to commemorate the 200th anniversary of American independence. This decision to omit the mint mark wasn't just a random choice, it was part of a larger effort to highlight the bicentennial celebration. It aimed to unify the nation in commemorating this historic event, making these coins particularly special. Now, let's talk about rarity. While millions of these coins were produced, the 1976 No Mint Mark $quarter has become highly sought after by collectors. The absence of the mint mark has led to confusion and, ultimately, increased demand. Rare coins tend to appreciate over time, and this is no exception. The 1976 No Mint Mark $quarter can fetch impressive prices at auction, especially if it's in mint condition. So, what is the current value of the 1976 No Mint Mark $quarter? Depending on its condition, the price can range from a few dollars to thousands. Coins graded as MS-65 or higher can reach values well into the thousands. In fact, there have been reports of certain examples selling for as much as $10,000 or more. If you happen to own one of these coins, you might want to get it appraised. If you're searching for this coin in your collection, here's how to identify it. Look for the distinctive designs on both sides, and remember, no mint mark means it was produced in Philadelphia. Check the coin's condition, as this greatly affects its value. Coins in uncirculated condition or with a higher grade will be worth significantly more than those that have seen a lot of wear and tear. To wrap things up, the 1976 No Mint Mark $quarter isn't just a piece of currency, it's a slice of history that reflects American pride. With its rarity and the potential for high value, it's a coin every collector should keep an eye on. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe for more coin collecting content, and hit the bell icon for notifications. Do you have a 1976 No Mint Mark $quarter? Let us know in the comments below. We're diving into a fascinating piece of numismatic history, the 1997 D Mint Mark $quarter. This coin isn't just another quarter, it has a rich history and can be worth millions of dollars. So, let's jump right in. First up, let's talk about the basics. The 1997 D $quarter was produced at the Denver Mint, which is indicated by the D Mint mark on the coin. This year was part of the Washington Quarter series, which was introduced in 1932 to honor our first president, George Washington. The 1997 quarter features the classic design by John Flanagan, with Washington's profile on the obverse and an eagle on the reverse. It's made of a copper-nickel alloy and weighs 5.67 grams. But what makes the 1997 D $quarter so special? Well, in the world of coin collecting, the condition and rarity of a coin are key factors that determine its value. While most 1997D quarters are worth their face value of 25 cents, certain rare varieties and high-grade coins can fetch astonishing prices at auction. For instance, the 1997D quarter in uncirculated condition or those graded MS 65 and above can sell for a premium. Some collectors are willing to pay upwards of $1,000 for a pristine example. But the excitement doesn't stop there. The 1997D quarter is often sought after because of its unique place in U.S. history. It was produced during a time when the U.S. was transitioning into a new economic era. Collectors love to find pieces from this time period, especially when they feature mint errors or unusual characteristics. Now, let's talk about some specific varieties that can significantly increase the value of your 1997D quarter. The 1997D broadstrike or double die errors are some of the most sought after. These errors occur during the minting process and can drastically raise the value of the coin, sometimes reaching several $1,000s. Just imagine having one of those in your collection. Look for doubling in the lettering or any off-center strikes. Use a magnifying glass to examine the coin for scratches, wear, or blemishes. Consider sending it to a professional grading service for a better understanding of its value. Coin shows and local coin shops are great places to connect with other collectors and get your coins appraised. You never know, your collection could be worth much more than you think. To sum it up, the 1997D mint mark quarter dollar may seem ordinary at first glance, but it has a story and potential value that every collector should know about. Keep your eyes peeled for those rare varieties, and happy hunting.